When we can joke about something, our pain, our problems, our tragedies, it makes us feel that maybe they're not so bad. As a part of my writing process, I put together this gathering that I call Book Camp. Chapter 3, Performance. In a nutshell, I'm gathering some of the best writers and thinkers, along with everyone I write about, and putting us all together in one room to dive deeply into every word of the book.
Here with DJ Jazzy Jeff. He's in the book.
Yep,
and I'm telling all his business.
Literally all of it. And everybody gets a chance to respond.
I don't think anyone has ever been this real.
Sometimes we have a good time, but sometimes it's more like a therapy session.
God damn it. This is exactly why you just end up not talking to people.
Dad.
Therapy session for me. Okay, do your kids look like they have fucking FE at the top? Like, just a rant on FEs. FEs, what happened? You guys are supposed to be so good at reading people. Can you not read the terrorizing, paralyzing, I fucking hate this to my core emotion all over your fucking kid's face?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a first function. I can't turn it off. It's FE. I have to fucking annoy people 24 hours a day to get my therapy session. Will Smith, I had his very first Parents Just Don't Understand cassette tape. I had every single, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince in the 90s, because he's exactly 10 years older than me. So in the 90s, I had no music I listened to except for his stuff.
Right.
And then every time he had a cassette, then there was like a summertime jazz or and his music was really good. It was very foundational to my growing up. Then years later, he does the sitcom of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I watch that every day.
Yeah, and then after that, then he started showing up in the movies. So it's I knew Will Smith before anybody knew his name. I had to go on his cassette
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Will Smith. I told my friends I figured out his name because he would only go by Fresh Prince. He didn't even know his fucking name. Anyway, so I know the guy, watched the guy forever, and then I saw once he got to the sitcom, why did Jazzy Jeff get the fuck out of there? Where's Jeff? And you see it right there. Jeff's just look, man, the drama, dude. The get into my personal business and make everything public. I just don't want to fucking do that. You can see it on his kid's face as well. But it's also a double-edged sword of how. I guess my point is that I'm getting at. It's not don't be a psycho, don't be abusive or whatever.
Yeah.
It's be aware that take response. He's this thing's just turned into a therapy session. Yes, they fucking do. So tell everybody who's showing up the book club is fake.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
The book club's fake.
I know.
I just need my friends. Let's just get to it. Let me TI and I own this. I have play at the top. I need to talk this out. This is just a therapy session.
For me.
For
by
me.
The way.
For me. Okay, I do a lot for you guys. I do a lot for everybody because I'm Will Smith. I'm very giving. Could you do this for me? And that is where the world will have a because why is everybody fuck this guy? Fuck this guy. Why are they? Because they're getting the bait and switch. Hey, want a book club? Pull down your pants, embarrass you. Ha ha ha. I just got therapy. Right? And they're I don't want to fucking do this anymore. I see the Jay guy there, Jay Shetty or
what the hell, Jay? Why are you?
How's it going, Jay? Look at the exhaustion on that guy.
That guy's also double activated play. I got roped into something because I'm obligated.
I'd love
dude.
to play the videos back of from his secure I got an email from Will Smith. Oh yay, Jay! You should go do that.
Most of my memories of my childhood involve me being afraid in some way. Afraid of other kids, afraid of being hurt or embarrassed, afraid of being seen as weak. How we decide to confront our fears, that is the person we become. I decided to be funny. It's this compulsive desire to constantly please others, to keep them laughing and smiling at all times, to redirect all the attention in the room away from the ugly and uncomfortable toward the joyful and beautiful. It's there a true entertainer is born.
My inner verse is feeling weird. It's being overloaded right now. It's
overloaded.
Whoa.
Oh man.
This is really.
That's the opening chapter. Next chapter is Mutiny.
Too much.
And you all have wonderful roles in Mutiny.
And you.
I don't know what type his kids are, but my guess would be some of them look more like double deciders, and they also look not FE at the top. That's all I'm gonna say. This guy probably has FI. He's this is overwhelming. This is overwhelming. Why are you going this intense, all in on a weirdo decider rant that is very uncomfortable now for everybody emotionally to have to be a part of?
This is all this. Is all the pingbacks you're getting is this, but sorry to interrupt. What he's saying is he's just describing EJ FE at the top of I have to, because we're trying to figure out what the hell the fucking FE's up to. It's I have to redirect all the negative back to happy time only.
Right.
It's like FE, like we kind of kick the ass of FE because it's honestly like the greatest function. Like who would not want to like make everybody happy, right?
For sure, yes.
Like, and we also like a clusters and billionaires. Like FE is like, God damn, just get right to it, make it. But it's like whatever you have at the top, even if it's the most best, like go do no wrong function, like
fuck up
FE,
your lead function.
Yeah, like what a great function. Oh, I fucked it up. Why? I have it at the top. God damn it.
Right.
That would have been a good one. FE, I fucked that one up too. You fucked up FE? How do you make everybody upset? Oh, I just never turn it off.
So the first week of working out, this guy says, let's just get the movement so we avoid injury.
Sleep energy.
Most people have this picture of what they did when they're 18 years old and naturally assume that you're going to get back to that particular point. And you probably can. It's just you've got to do it gradually.
Slow.
We're not shooting that.
Put on the brakes.
New. Not gonna happen. 2021, best shape of my life.
Full speed, bro. I bet you can't do one more rep.
2 plates next time. It's my mind.
2 plates.
It's also your knees.
No, it's not my knees. My knees. My knees are fine, mate. I told you it's my bloody mind. You know, I just gotta be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. AGGRESSIVE, aggressive, be aggressive. Woo!
FE, bro.
And the feminine hands. I have the same thing. I have feminine hands.
The feminine FE.
Yeah, when I do jujitsu with Cody, like these little feminine wiggly hands come out. I do all these little
like slaps.
little slapper moves on them.
So again, back to like so the I don't know what type the trainer is, but sleep not last.
Or having to play the role of put on the brakes.
For sure. The guy is like, hey, by the way, your knees are going to get fucked up. Like, slow down, take it incrementally. And then the baby TI is going, no, I'm not going to.
The voice change too, yeah.
Right, exactly. Childish, that's demon state. We're going to crank it all the way up until my knees fall off.
222. 222.
It doesn't feel right. We might need to check that surface.
I put weight on. Oh, here, and this asshole looking at me like,
Uh-oh.
he looking at me like, shit, during my day, this bullshit wouldn't be happening. Like, during my day, we dropped that shit in 6 weeks. That's what he's saying. He's like, he feel like I'm disrespecting his legacy. Punching in some stupid numbers into his little stupid
Stupid, here
phone
comes the TI stupid.
with this whole stupid show we're trying to do. Helping people evolve. That's stupid.
EJ swing.
It's not stupid. It's the only thing that can make a person happy. I know.
Really good.
It doesn't seem to be working right now, but.
Good. Good, Will.
What you've come to understand as Will Smith, the alien annihilating MC, bigger than life movie star, is largely a construction. A carefully crafted and honed character.
Scary story.
Designed to protect myself,
Very good.
to hide myself from the world, to hide the coward.
All right, so we've been kicking his ass on using saviors and swinging, and this is what everybody's doing. You get in a very arrogant state, and then you crash, and you think you're the worst. This is arrogant, and then I am the worst. This is what everybody's stuck on, is this kind of up and down extreme swings, right? So here's the thing that you can count on Will to do. That last little bit there, that's growth mindset. So we all suck, right? The guy slaps somebody in the Grammys. Like, one of the worst things you could do. Please don't do that. Or Oscars, whatever the fuck the show is. Like, don't do that. Don't let yourself get so fucking high that you're crashing, that you're not processing, that you're not doing the sleep energy, right? But the thing is, do give yourself and Will the ability to make massive mistakes. Hopefully Will is still using his growth mindset right about now and saying, I really, really fucked up. Anyways, life is not over. Life doesn't end just because I really made a big mistake.
Yeah, one thing that I would say, like, probably not going to happen if I were to, like, take the devil's advocate of, like, you know, why is this probably going to end bad?
Right.
It's like processing, like, Vladimir Putin, where it's like in the early days he was a military guy, he's in the KGB. So say in his early 20s, let's say he was more of a balanced guy. So what happened? When you become a dictator, when you're in power for 30 years, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, that's what history has been showing for thousands of years. Like, you can literally be a really good person in your 20s, but if you get to be in power for 30 years, that it's like an astronaut with no gravity.
Yeah.
Like your brain turns to fucking mush. And it's funny, like with prison, they put him in solitary confinement, and like the human brain within a very short amount of time, like days, weeks, starts to just unravel without the ping back,
Right.
without the counter pressure, the
Yeah.
accountability from the outside world. Like one thing that I've like pathways processing of like, okay, if you're an athlete, if you're a psychologist, if you're a parent, if you're a business person, if you're a dictator, if you're a politician, if you're a movie star, like some of these pathways, like what you're talking about, like the arrogant swings, like some of these pathways force you to do like 10 a day because
Yeah.
you got a lot of people from a lot of angles. And also, like, you're not the guy. Like as we're kind of like building a team here, one thing that's been very relieving to me is like I've gone from like the one guy who's like trying to push forward to now I'm
Right.
like, I'm just a guy. I'm not the only one in fucking charge. There's other
Yeah.
people you can ask. I get to be person B a lot of the day. I follow what you're saying half the day. So it's like,
Right.
it's nice because it's like that pressure is now not on one person. Will was fighting. He was scrapping in his fucking teens. Like he was in Philadelphia having a really hard time and he had to fight every day. Now what happened? Like he literally is like pointing to an older version of himself, you know, in
Right.
his 20s or whatever,
Right.
where this guy here, you know, was in an area in life where he had to fight to survive.
Right.
He had people above him. He was getting slapped around. Like he
Still
wasn't.
had to prove himself.
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
was an environment and a pressure where he wasn't allowed to be a dictator.
Right.
And now that he's like in his early 50s, like how many years has he been sitting at home, top movie star? No, you know what I mean? Having the Putin effect, no real pressure on him.
Right, right.
And so therefore with movie stars, like with their literally like with their bodies, where like they'll get an amazing shape and then horrible shape.
Yeah.
Right? Versus the guy that's kind of like always steady.
Right.
So I don't know. It's one thing that I'm processing of like the environment that you're in, the type of field that you're in, that if you're in a field or an environment that is allowing you to be unchecked for months or years at a time versus a lot of pressure, of course you're going to be in a lot of these swings, versus you're putting an environment around where you have a lot of constant accountability, especially if you're trying to make sure that you're having the pressure on yourself so you don't come fucking unraveled.
Ultimate goal.
Have people above you, people below you.
For sure.
People you're responsible for, so you can see what a shithead looks like, because you're responsible for shithead. And then have people above you that are like, hey, shithead, you're being a shithead.
Right. 1,000%.
If you're at the top, you're so fucked. And if you're at the bottom, you're so fucked.
Right.